Growing up in America, we are taught one golden rule above almost everything else. Be nice, treat people well, put others before yourself. We hear it from our parents, our teachers, our coaches, and every movie we watched as kids. We're told that if you are generous, accommodating, and always willing to lend a hand, the world will open its doors and treat you with the exact same kindness in return. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Except there is a brutal reality check that life delivers somewhere in your 20s or 30s. You look at your life, you look at your checking account, you look at your mental health, and you realize something horrifying. You are completely drained. You are the first person everyone calls when their car breaks down, when they need moving help on a Saturday morning, or when they need to borrow $50 until Friday. You listen to their problems for 2 hours over the phone. You cover their shifts at work. You say yes to invitations you secretly dread, and you put a smile on your face even when your own life is falling apart at the seams. And yet, the moment you hit a rough patch, the room goes dead silent, the phones stop ringing, nobody checks in on you, and suddenly, you're left sitting on the edge of your bed, asking yourself, why does doing the right thing hurt so much? Here is the truth nobody has the courage to tell you. Being kind is a noble virtue, but being pathologically nice is a form of slow, self-inflicted sabotage. When your kindness comes with zero boundaries, it isn't virtue, it is people-pleasing. It is fear masquerading as morality. The ancient Stoics understood that virtue without boundaries is nothing more than weakness. Today, we are going to look at the hidden, destructive traps of being too nice and the 4 unshakable rules you need to start practicing today to take your power, your self-respect, and your peace back. Take a slow breath. Let's get into it. The very first way unchecked kindness ruins your life is by filling you with toxic, unspoken expectations. When you have a big heart, you naturally assume that other human beings operate with the exact same integrity that you do. You go out of your way to help a coworker meet a deadline, and deep down you think, they'll have my back when things get crazy for me next quarter. You show up for a friend's birthday, bring a thoughtful gift, help clean up the kitchen afterward, and you assume they will show the same care for your milestones. And then they don't. They forget your birthday. They make excuses when you ask for a favor. They leave you unread for 3 days straight. And how do you feel? Angry, hurt, bitter, resentful. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus laid down a principle that solves this entire problem. Expectation is the root of all heartache. When you demand that other people act according to your internal code, you guarantee your own misery. When you overgive, you aren't actually being selfless. You are running an invisible emotional tab in your head. You are extending credit to people who never asked for a loan in the first place. When you constantly rescue people, you train them to believe that you have everything under control. They don't check on you because you've made yourself look indestructible. Stop expecting others to have your heart. Accept people as they are. Give without attaching strings, or don't give at all. Number 2. When you never push back, you train your entire social circle to treat your time as worthless. At the office, your boss dumps the weekend project on your desk because they know the aggressive coworker will throw a tantrum, but you will just sigh and work late. In your family, you become the designated fixer who has to mediate every holiday argument and pay for the group dinner. And the worst part, the more you do for them, the less they appreciate it. Human beings are creatures of comfort. It is built into our psychology. If someone knows that they can hand you their problems, their unfinished assignments, or their emotional garbage, and you will quietly absorb it without ever saying a word, they will keep doing it. Not necessarily because they are evil or malicious, but simply because it is easy. you become their emotional safety net. When you give occasionally, it is seen as a gift. When you give constantly, it is seen as an obligation. The moment you finally say no, they don't say, "Thank you for the 50 times you helped before." They say, "Why are you being so selfish today?" Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly, a man should be upright, not kept upright. You are not doing anyone a favor by shielding them from the consequences of their own choices. When you constantly bail people out, you stunt their growth and you destroy your own reputation in the process. Number 3. While you are busy running around putting out everyone else's kitchen fires, your own house is slowly burning to the ground. Ask yourself an honest question. What personal goals have you put on the back burner over the last 2 years? Were you going to get in the best shape of your life? Were you going to fix your credit score, learn a new high-income skill, write that book, or launch that side hustle? Why haven't you done it? Most people say, "I just don't have the time. I'm too overwhelmed." No, you aren't lacking time. You are giving your time away to problems that aren't yours to solve. You spent Saturday morning helping an acquaintance move their couch. You spent Tuesday evening listening to someone vent about their toxic relationship for the 10th time. You spent your weekend running errands for people who wouldn't walk across the street to hand you a bottle of water. The Stoics believed heavily in what they called oikeiosis, the duty of primary self-preservation and personal responsibility. In an ideal world, people would see your gentleness and respect your good nature. In the real world, predators and opportunists see a lack of boundaries as an open invitation. When you never speak up, when you laugh off disrespectful jokes at your expense, and when you apologize for things that weren't your fault, you project submissiveness. People don't respect people who allow themselves to be walked on. You cannot fill anyone else's cup if your own pitcher is bone dry. Before you offer to fix anyone else's problems, make sure your own health is dialed in, your bills are paid, your mind is sharp, and your own priorities are completed. Self-respect isn't selfishness. It is the foundation of real competence. Number 4. In the real world, being universally agreeable is not seen as virtue. It is seen as lack of backbone. They might like you the same way someone likes a reliable kitchen appliance, but they do not respect you. And in human relationships, whether in business, friendship, or romance, respect is the currency that actually matters. Seneca, the great Roman statesman, wrote extensively about the balance between kindness and firmness. Treat your friends with goodwill, but never allow yourself to become a pawn for someone else's vanity. Have you ever noticed how certain types of toxic people gravitate toward you? The people who always have a fresh crisis, the ones who are constantly the victim in every story, the people who jump from drama to drama, leaving a trail of chaos in their wake. Why do they find you? Because they have a sixth sense for people who cannot say no. The moment you learn to look someone in the eye, set a firm line, and say, "No, that doesn't work for me," something fascinating happens. They might be surprised. They might even be momentarily annoyed, but beneath that surface reaction, a wave of genuine respect begins to form. People respect people who have something they are willing to defend. Number 5. Having no boundaries turns you into a luxury buffet for chronic takers. And here is the hardest pill to swallow. You cannot save these people. If you solve their current crisis, they will simply invent a brand new one by tomorrow afternoon, because their entire identity is wrapped up in being a helpless victim. Stop trying to be everyone's therapist. Your energy is a finite, precious resource. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. When an energy vampire encounters someone with strong boundaries, someone who says, "Man, that sounds tough, I hope you figure that out," and changes the subject, the vampire leaves. There's no fuel there. But when they meet you, You listen intently, you offer advice, you validate their drama. You give them 3 hours of your emotional energy. To an energy thief, you are an all-you-can-eat restaurant, and to deal with that underlying knot of anxiety and bitterness, you start looking for cheap ways to numb out. Maybe you find yourself drinking an extra 2 glasses of bourbon every night. Maybe you doom scroll for 4 hours straight until 1 in the morning. Maybe you overeat, binge-watch television, or impulse buy things you can't afford on Amazon just to feel a fleeting spark of dopamine. Number 6. Chronic people-pleasing eventually turns you into a cynical, exhausted shell of yourself. When you spend years giving, accommodating, and swallowing your own needs, all that unexpressed frustration doesn't just disappear. It turns inward. It turns into quiet resentment. You start secretly disliking the people around you. You start viewing the world as an unfair, cruel place where good people always finish last. Now, let's shift from the problem to the solution. How do you keep your kind heart while developing the unyielding armor of a warrior? Here are the 4 practical rules of Stoic boundary mastery. Rule number 1. Listen to the smoke alarm of resentment. Pay close attention to how you feel physically when someone asks you for a favor. You aren't doing those things because you are weak-willed. You are doing them because your daily life has become an exhausting performance of making everyone else happy, and your brain is screaming for an escape hatch. The Stoics called this losing your inner fortress. When you surrender your sovereign boundaries, you lose your peace. And when you lose your peace, you will do almost anything to drown out the silence. Don't ignore that feeling. Don't rationalize it away by saying, "Well, I really should be nice." Your body is telling you the truth. If saying yes to them means saying no to your own well-being, your answer must be no. Rule number 2. Master the clean, simple no. Most people struggle to say no because they think they have to attach a 5-minute excuse to it. If someone asks you to do something and you feel a genuine spark of enthusiasm, do it with joy and generosity. But if someone asks you for something and your stomach drops, your shoulders tense up, or an immediate wave of dread washes over you, pay attention. Resentment is your emotional smoke alarm telling you that a boundary is about to be violated. I won't be able to make that work, but thank you for thinking of me. I have other commitments right now, so I'll have to pass. That doesn't fit my schedule, but I wish you the best with it. No drama, no apologies for having a life, just calm, polite finality. Rule number 3. Build an ironclad sanctuary. In your weekly calendar, you must block out non-negotiable windows of time that belong only to you. They say, "Oh, I'd love to help, but my car is acting weird, and I have this doctor's appointment, and my cousin might be in town." Stop over-explaining. When you provide a long list of excuses, you give the other person leverage to negotiate with you. They'll say, "Oh, your appointment is at 2. Perfect, you can help me at 4. Instead, learn the power of the clean, polite, definitive decline, because keeping a commitment to yourself is just as important as keeping a promise to anyone else. Rule number 4. Practice ruthless, compassionate detachment. When an energy vampire approaches you with their latest round of fabricated chaos, do not jump into the mud with them. Practice what the Stoics called ataraxia, undisturbed emotional calm. Whether it is 60 minutes at the gym, 2 hours on Sunday morning with a notebook and a cup of black coffee, or Friday evening with your phone turned completely off, treat that time like $1 million meeting with the President of the United States. If someone asks you to do something during that window, you don't say, "Well, I'm just reading." You say, "I have a previous commitment that I cannot reschedule." At the end of the day, Stoicism does not ask you to become cold, callous or selfish. Quite the opposite. The ancient Stoic concept of virtue is always found in the golden mean, the balanced middle ground between two destructive extremes. On one extreme, you have the selfish, greedy cynic who cares for nobody. Listen for 30 seconds, nod, and hand the responsibility right back to where it belongs. Say things like, "That sounds like a really complicated situation. What do you plan on doing about it?" "Wow, that's heavy. I have total confidence that you'll find a way to handle it." Notice what you did there. You showed basic human empathy without absorbing their crisis onto your shoulders. You refused to be their unpaid therapist. It means being willing to help those who genuinely need it while having the strength to walk away from anyone who attempts to exploit your good nature. Starting today, give yourself permission to put down the heavy burden of trying to keep everyone else comfortable. Value your time. Protect your energy. Guard your peace. Be kind to the world, but never forget to be kind to the person looking back at you in the mirror. On the other extreme, you have the boundaryless people pleaser who destroys themselves trying to keep the whole room warm by setting their own clothes on fire. True wisdom is standing right in the center. It means having a kind, open heart, backed by ironclad standards and unbreakable boundaries. If you are ready to stop people-pleasing and reclaim your personal sovereignty, drop a comment below saying, "My boundaries are unbroken." If this video opened your eyes, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a good-hearted friend who needs to hear this today. Thank you for watching. Stay grounded, stay strong, and stay sovereign.